Here we go.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Check, 47. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. One twist. Check three.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
21.
There's Garoppolo to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kiko Alonso. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Good. Ready. Clock.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
His 13th NFL season now, Ted Ginn, still a reliable target for Drew Brees. 787 yards in 2017, just 5 games last year due to injuries, but he still has the wheels.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. The defensive line made pretty easy work of the offensive line that time.
And people get tired of the cliche that the battle is won in the trenches. But it's a cliche because it's true. And how about the battle right there? One on the edge. And the ball.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. D Ford make that now 8 sacks. Third and long now after the sack of Brees, and the Saints up against it here.
Here we go, 21.
Mike's 5'4".
I don't even know why this team showed up.
From the gun, it's Brees. He's going to look deep down the field. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
They begin the drive with Coleman. And he gets this up just shy of the 15. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11. Well, remember, Tevin Coleman was in the 2-headed backfield in Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he played under offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, and then, of course, Shanahan becomes a 49er head coach, and he made it a point to go out and snag his former running back because he really likes his 26-year-old ball carrier. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Joker. And let.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. 16 yards, a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Safe. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Watch the shit.
Wait.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Watch the twist. Hatchet.
21. Go ahead.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Garoppolo finding Goodwin and taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
First down, 49ers.
Garoppolo, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Alert 3. Kill.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 34-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. We're scoreless after 1. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up.
Ready. 95-56.
You must be dreaming.
Check 43. Switch it. Come on.
On 2nd down, Kamara. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on third.
Check.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Toss play, Kamara. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Rush in.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. First down marker at the 31. It's third down.
Let's see what you got. Tight dog.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Escaping the pressure right. And the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all with not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Here we go.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And he finds his tight end, Salad. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Garoppolo. Dancing to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. 49er fans likely holding their breath watching Garoppolo scramble, but that time it pays off. He's in one piece, and he's got the first down.
Here we go. Black 80! Right here. Check 31, check 31.
Garoppolo on the draw to Coleman. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They're running it.
On play action, now Garoppolo. Oh, he's going to look end zone here for Pettis. And he will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown. Dante Pettis, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Makes the score Niners 7, Saints 3. Robbie Gould set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 29-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Throwing again on second down. Breeze flushed out right. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 27 yards there, a first down.
And the Saints, first down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Me and you all day. I'm coming out.
Here's Kamara out of the pistol. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Ready. 95-56. 95-56.
Now a toss. Kamara left side. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
That's another
They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Now they'll throw with Breeze. Well, this is caught by Gibb. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Ready?
They'll come out in the pistol. So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. They'll run. This is Kamara. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. This is Zach Line, the fullback. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Zach Line, as the first half is winding down. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And the lead is now 10-7. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And once more, this play going in the wrong direction. The Saints get to him behind the line again. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Breeze. Bryant has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Yellow lady. Check right 54. Right 54. Defense wins championships, man.
On the ground, this is Kamara. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step up.
On the ground, Kamara. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 31-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
No. Kill. Here goes 21. Kill. 6. Pull it.
Running with Kamara. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
Kill. Jim, 53.
To throw is Breeze. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Shift! Watch the shift!
11.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
I'm going back to you.
Hey, alert!
56 is the mark.
Hey, wahoo!
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
First down, 49ers.
Here we go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
11.
On first down, Coleman. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Hey, Here we go. 180. Time to go. Night. Check three. 11.
Right back to Coleman here on first down. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Here we go. 180. Let's go.
Now on 2nd and 13. Garoppolo. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now Breeze. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he's taken down inside the 30. 11 yards there, first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Throw left side complete. It's Murray. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Opposite.
Now Breeze again. It's caught by Bryant. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 16.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Breeze now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
36. Check.
Kamara. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Check. 53 is mine.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. They'll roll him out right. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. The tight end, Josh Hill, was the target, and it's 3rd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one. And none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Complete to Bryant. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
For the field goal. A 28-yard attempt.
And Lutz puts this one through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden, they're down.
Let's go. At their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Garoppolo. Man open. It's Goodwin. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
A gain of 22 yards.
Here we go.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A 1st down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They will run again with Coleman. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Here we go. 180! Here we go, dude. Here I come.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
56. Mike, 52.
Two.
Just like that.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.
Ready? Yellow lady. Mike 54. I'm here. All right.
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 32-yard line.
Ready. You ready?
Mike spot forward.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. Check your hot breathe.
Peek in.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Two kill. Fresno. Slam.
Now Kamara. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Again, this is Kamara, and he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
0-2.
You don't want it. Mike spot forward.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
A 20-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game, his 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. Good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Go ahead.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. The throw over the middle taken in. And out across midfield down to the 45. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 45-yard line. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Garoppolo to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
Kill. 21. Here we go.
To throw is Garoppolo. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Try and get it all back with one big shot right there, but even if successful,
Here we go.
that doesn't get them all the way back to where they need to be. Can't totally abandon throwing the ball underneath as well.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is caught. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Marquise Goodwin with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. This is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They run it again with Kamara. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
Here we go.
On the jet sweep, this is Bryant. Dez Bryant with nothing but green grass ahead of him. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Dez Bryant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. So we had action to the very end of this one, the score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for New Orleans, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3, and they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year, and they'll get a chance